and then some sort of rock form. And then, yes, Chase, I did see that we just went live.
Yeah, look, man, Canada's beautiful if you like snow and moose, right? Or wait, what do you call it? If
I
it's
think
multiple?
they're moose eye, right?
No, it's just moose. It's definitely not meese.
It's meese, like
Meese?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely not.
Okay, is it spelled M-E-E-S-E?
Yeah.
No,
Canada?
it's just spelt moose.
Mooses.
That doesn't sound right. I think it's meese.
It's mooses.
No, it's geese,
Geese.
which is our national animal.
Actually, it's Geis, and
Canada
he is
goose.
a scumbag. Jesus.
I just was looking him up earlier today, trying to figure out what was happening with that.
Bad things.
He's not going to go to jail, I guess, but that dude's never playing football, nor should he in any professional league ever again.
I think there's a better chance that geese end up lining up at running back.
Yeah, or Geis.
Or moose.
Well, geese is.
Wait, so is moose the singular version of moose? Is that moose eye?
No, that's mice.
Both
mice.
are moose. Like
mice.
if you see multiple moose, you see moose.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's mice.
Okay, no, it's not that. I know that. Chase
Multiple-
almost got that live.
Multiple moose
mice.
are mice, and multiple mice are mice. It's very confusing. I understand.
Do you guys put a
don't
U in moose
understand.
too?
Yeah, no, I just Googled it, and I don't even know why I Googled it, because you Americans had me doubting myself. The plural of moose is moose.
Yeah, but is
Right,
it like
so
an extra U in there?
If you give a moose a muffin, that works. And if you give multiple moose a muffin, it's still if you just give all 38 moose a muffin. There's no mooses,
pretty sure that
no
one of
meese,
them
no
has a
mice,
C in
no
it.
moise. Why would it have a C?
No, wait.
Moose?
One of them has a C.
That's mustache.
There's
Oh, that
definitely
is
no
mustache.
C. That would be caribou.
Wait, you're talking about at the beginning. No, I'm talking about instead of the S.
Caramel. I love caramel.
No, but why would it have
Because they got that. Oh, he froze. Good. So
This is the perfect time for him to freeze.
chocolate with that caramel in the middle, right? Like those are really good candies.
Yeah, they are. They are really good.
We
They're
should
some of my
draft.
favorites.
We should.
We
draft.
should. We should probably get this episode started, but I want to make sure he comes off of freeze before we start this episode up and get official with it.
I don't
'Cause
think
we
I'm
got
frozen.
Oh, he's not frozen anymore. He's good.
Oh, weird. I was never frozen on my end, but I guess I was frozen on y'all's.
Manitoba's locking down for COVID, and it's locking down the podcasts.
Yeah, what's the plural of Wi-Fi?
Woof.
On that note, let's
This is Fantasy Intervention. Now here to intervene with your fantasy life, Shane Manila, Jakob Sanderson, and Chase Vernon.
What's up? How are y'all doing today? Chase, Shane, why do I hear myself twice? What's going on? Did you pull some weird tricks here, Chase? Is this just me?
I don't hear you
All
twice.
right,
I heard you twice for a second. I don't hear you twice anymore.
I think I'm fine. All right,
What's the
take
plural
two.
of twice?
Tweets.
Please. Perfect.
Take two. How are y'all doing? Welcome to Dynasty Intervention. I have my three favorite co-hosts here. I have Chase, I have Shane, I have Pilsner. Shane, how are you doing today in this lovely, lovely evening?
Hey man, 2 more days to the draft. That's all I know. 2 more days. 2 more days. And then finally all the shit talking and all the Kyle Shanahan shenanigans can be over with, and
Shanahanigans.
we can complain about how the Patriots somehow ended up with, Trey Lance or Justin Fields at
Both?
at 15 overall somehow. I don't even know what pick they have. I'm ready. Let's rock.
Chase, you got a nice beard growing in, I gotta say. First of all.
I do. I actually almost shaved it earlier. I was thinking about it because
No,
it's
don't do
summertime.
that.
Well, all right. So here's the deal. All right. If I let my beard grow out and I go out to the beach and I go play my wiffle ball and do all that other stuff in the sun,
Why
when
is,
I do
why
decide,
is the first thought wiffle ball? Like, you realize you could, like, there's a lot of other things you could do too.
because I play wiffle ball on Sundays, and then we go out day drinking.
Others
So
go to church.
I play wiffle ball. Look, I'm actually wearing my shirt right now because we didn't have to wear it last week. So this is my wiffle ball shirt. Anyways, I love wiffle ball. I'm the professional wiffle ball player, and if I go out in the sun and play wiffle ball all day, and then I decide to shave my beard, then I'm literally left with a outline of where I should have a tan, but there's no tan there. So I need to do it eventually. I think I might do it tomorrow. We'll see.
Are we talking about tan lines?
We're talking about tan lines. We're talking about wiffle ball. We're talking about mice or mooses
So
and
I don't.
beasties.
Yeah, I don't wear pants when I play wiffle ball, and I found that I have less tan lines that way.
Yeah, shout out to Seal14 in the chat. I think that they're asking what all of us are asking, which is, what is wiffle ball?
Wait, you guys don't play wiffle ball in Canada?
No, we play hockey.
You don't play any other sport? Like, I know you guys. At
We
least
play canoeing.
basketball. That's not a sport.
You play canoeing. Is that actually a thing? Do you guys say that
it's
for
not.
real?
That was strictly a joke. No, things that Canada's good at. We're good at hockey.
And
We're good at
drinking.
field hockey.
Yeah.
We're good at lacrosse, which is slightly different hockey. We're quite good at curling.
Yeah.
Seal says moose riding. No, that's a different type of class of people that we try not to associate with.
You should not call any woman a moose. That is unacceptable.
Oh, 100%. Who said
Shane,
that?
you're my favorite moose. Buddy.
Anyway, wiffle ball. A wiffle ball is a ball, but it's got like a bunch of like.
I understand the concept, but I don't understand it as a sport. Like, I know what a wiffle
You
ball
hit
is.
with a
It's like,
bat.
I know what like a shirt is, but if someone said they were playing shirt, that wouldn't make any sense to me either.
What else would you do with a wiffle ball?
You can't go play, like, you can't play with a real baseball on a beach because if you end up smacking
You'll
that
kill
thing and it
someone.
goes.
We don't have beaches in Canada, so
Oh,
what are we going to
beaches?
play it on?
Quebec has beaches, don't they?
That's not true. Canada
Don't
has
the Quebec
beach,
line-
I know we have beaches. I live an hour from a beach.
but it's 13 degrees, so you can't actually go there. But yeah, I mean they exist.
Look, it was 17 degrees Celsius today, so
I don't
that's
know. I don't
What
know.
does that even mean?
Yeah, is that
that means it was hot stuff. That means it was like 64 Fahrenheit.
so? We're just making up words. Celsius. Okay.
All right, back
Sure.
to I shouldn't even say back to football because that would imply that we were talking about football and then we went away from it and then now we're coming back. So I'll just say to football. As y'all know, I was not around last week because I was dealing with my real life exams, and now it's time for our Dynasty exams. That's the NFL draft, and that's what we're going to be prepping for. Our last minute cram session tonight. We're going to talk about a few of the quick narratives. And then the extra special thing is we're going to do a little superflex mock draft. If y'all that are watching are lame, then we'll just do that amongst the three of us. But that means a lot of bad Shane picks. It means that Chase will pick Kadarius Toney way too early. And I don't want that type of action to be a reflection.
I'm not trying to
on
hype
my
Kadarius
ideals.
Toney up.
So
okay? I don't want to start talking great about Kadarius Toney because of the fact that he won't fall to me in drafts anymore, and I want him to keep falling to me. So, I might wait to pick until really late.
All right, is this super
anyhow,
flex or is
the point
this
is what we're going to do is if you're in the chat and you want to make a pick, just say that you want to make a pick, and I'm just going to take it first come, first serve. And if you're still around in the chat when your pick comes up, then you'll be on to pick, and we'll talk up exactly who you selected. So essentially, whoever's first one to message in the chat, you get to start off the 1-1. It's going to be a super flex rookie draft in Dynasty. So whoever chimes in first, you go ahead, and then we'll make sure to fill in the blanks from there. Everybody got that? Shane, do you understand that? Because if you can understand then anyone watching certainly can.
I literally stopped listening. Is this super flex or no?
Yeah, it's super flex. Shane.
Okay, that's all I need to know. All right.
Okay.
FF
the beard.
He wants the
says
101.
He wants it on these picks, not the 101. Okay,
So-
you can have the 102, Austin.
All
Yeah,
right.
just put what pick you want in there. It'll be all yours.
That's a great plan.
Well, no one wants the 101, so let's just get it out of the way. It's Trevor Lawrence.
It is Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
We're communally starting it off with Trevor Lawrence.
Wait,
yeah, we're just gonna let it roll there.
if Justin Fields
No.
ends up like with a
No.
team like the Denver Broncos,
No,
who have an excellent
No.
receiving core, let
No.
me finish, damn it.
no.
No, does he have a chance to go 101?
No.
No. Actually, I'll say this. He has a chance.
I mean, you have one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. Young
They shouldn't do
receiving
that, but yeah, people will do that.
I mean, he has rushing upside.
Mm-hmm.
They've got an offensive coordinator who loves to design run plays for the running back, although Drew Lock doesn't like to take advantage of those. So, and Shermer, by the way. So we have like all the possibilities of Justin Fields being a better fantasy quarterback, not real life quarterback, fantasy.
No.
God, Shane, I swear to God,
I'll mute Shane. He's being a Debbie Downer.
Is there any chance in any world where Justin Fields could be the 101 over Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's definitely we always overestimate our own abilities. So I would say there's like even if there's a 60% chance that Lawrence is the best quarterback in this draft, there's definitely a chance that it's Fields. There's definitely a chance that it's Lance. There's probably not a chance that it's McCorkle. So yeah, that's definitely possible. If I'm on the clock though, I'm still taking Lawrence. I think the situation in Jacksonville is great because he has Chark, Shenault, Marvin Jones, James Robinson, a team that has a boatload of picks. Urban Meyer, I think that's a great situation. But
how are you not mentioning their best receiver?
Oh, Colin Johnson also exists.
Colin Johnson.
He has an oak tree that occasionally presents human form. So he has Colin Johnson. I think it's a great situation. So to me, he's the 1-1. But I think Fields is a phenomenal prospect. I think it's certainly possible that he outperforms Lawrence. I just wouldn't want to be the one betting on it personally.
Yeah, it depends on the odds. But I'm pretty much with you. I just wanted to create the conversation, just see what the group chat was saying, Wanted to see if anybody else felt the same way that I did, which I think I got like 2 or 3 votes over there. So I'll take it.
All right. Way to go, Chase. That's a lot more votes than you ever get between me and Shane.
Yeah, fuck you. Who's got the 102?
So 102, I don't think has someone claimed the 102?
Yeah, FF the Beard.
Okay, FF the Beard. All right, FF the Beard. You said that you can have your QB1 and get him later, so I assume you're taking Justin Fields, but FF the Beard, Austin, if you are in the chat, can you please comment who you're taking here at the 102? Hey, what's up, Matt?
Yeah, he said Fields season right after that.
Okay, so Fields 102.
He said SZN, so that's how you know it's season. SZN. Yeah.
What do we think of this one? Fields, season 102.
Not very controversial. He'd be the 101 if Lawrence wasn't in this draft for me. I guess if Fields tumbles like Chris Sims said he will to fucking 32, you fucking moron. Sure.
Shane, can you keep your language clean? This is a children's show.
Okay.
Since when?
If he falls to 32 like Chris Sims, who apparently brain was injured and not a spleen playing football, sure, he could drop from 102 to like 105 maybe, but no, he's a clear 102. I don't even think it's close. I think him and Lawrence are basically their own tier.
Yeah. Chase, any remaining thoughts? And yeah, Lindstrom, you got the 103. So Chase, if you want to give any quick thoughts here on the 102, and then we'll turn it over to Lindstrom 170.
So I like that pick. I don't think that's the wrong pick by any stretch of the imagination. The only one that I could see maybe making any more sense than that is if Lance lands with Carolina. And Carolina, has these big play receivers. But Lance, I still think would need a year to come into effect. He would still need a year. So I'd still go with Justin Fields, but it would be closer for me if Lance ended up with Carolina.
I agree with that on all counts. And I would still have Fields my number 1. So first off, PJ Kennedy. This is a old style Pilsner, the pride of Saskatchewan. It's a province in the great nation of Canada, right next to my home province of Manitoba. So this is just a taste of prairie deliciousness. If anyone ever comes up to our fine northern abode, I'll make sure to have a nice cold Pilsner waiting for you. And he says, WTF. So that's I guess Pilsner won't be hiring me to sponsor this podcast, but if you're listening, Pilsner, I'd love to have your sponsor. Lindy, how you doing? Who are you going to be taking at the 103?
They pay you in mice, by the way. Pilsner.
Yeah, plenty of mice.
Multiple moose.
Multiple moose.
Is he going to make a pick or Lindstrom?
Yeah, Lindstrom, you're on the clock, bro.
Lindy, you're on the clock, buddy.
So if you can't make
Lindy, is that his name, Lindy?
In the league that I'm in with him, I believe his name is Lindy, and then there's a number, probably 170.
170. So we're going to give him about 3 more seconds to
Maximus. I got you confirmed in there for 104.
Maximus is 104.
While we wait for Lindy, and we'll give him about another 20 seconds. I just want to note that Austin said that he can confirm that Pilsner drinks great, so that's pretty good.
So
can anyone
you
actually
guys take it 103?
That's what I want to talk about. I want to discuss who you guys take at 103. Like, is Zach Wilson even in play in the top 5 like picks for you guys in superflex leagues? If obviously he's probably going to go to the Jets.
104.
They're going to be conservative with it. I just don't know if I trust Zach Wilson. I mean, he still has to develop. He's still very raw, and he's going to one of the best defensive divisions in the league up against the quarterback. You know, they got the Miami Dolphins over there, right, who have just torched quarterbacks throughout the entire 2020 season. They have Bill Belichick, who is the master of destroying rookie quarterbacks. You know, they got the Bills, who are very good defense. They sucked in the beginning of the year, but they came through towards the end of the year and did very well at the end of the year. I mean, I don't know if I like Zach Wilson. I think he's going to be a bust if he ends up going to the Jets.
I don't know that it matters where he goes, to be quite honest with you. And that's not to say that he's bad. I just think he's a one-year guy. If he's going to bust, he's going to bust. It's not going to matter if it's the Jets or not. I know that Shanahan is magic, and if he sprinkles his fairy dust on you, that your dick grows by 3 inches or whatever. But I don't care who goes. I don't think Zach Wilson's going to be anything special. All right, so 103 didn't come. Lindsay.
So let's just make this pick as a unit here. My 103 is Jamar Chase. Shane, yours is Trey Lance.
You're the tiebreaker, Chase, or you could go your own way.
No, I would.
Please pick one of our 2, otherwise we're in a world of hurt. If we go 3 different ways.
I think in super flex leagues, like I don't know how you can pass on a rushing quarterback. I'm going Trey Lance.
Fair enough.
Rushing?
Okay, you're going Trey Lance. I like Trey Lance. He'd be my 104. I'm okay with him at 103 for sure. I think there's 4 guys that I'm okay with at 103, and Zach Wilson even included in that. Zach Wilson's down at 6 for me. I don't like quarterbacks who only produce 1 year when that 1 year's later. Like Trey Lance at least produced as a 19-year-old, and he would have been a second-year producer this year had it not been for a freaking pandemic. Wilson struggled for 2 years at BYU. Then he became that 1-year guy. So I'm iffy on Wilson, but I think if someone's sold on Wilson, it's totally fine. If you end up, going with Zach Wilson at the 103, if that's who you think is great. In Superflex, I certainly can't disagree with the value.
No, we're going Trey Lance.
So we got Trey Lance, and I think that's the right pick. I think he's the upside pick, certainly over Wilson. I prefer Jamar Chase, but I think Lance is going to be fantastic.
All right. Well, 104. Who's got the?
Yeah, Maximus. He said he's locked and loaded. So Maximus or he or she. Maximus, what do you got for us here at the 104? And while we wait here, Shane, who would you go with at the 104 with those 3 off the board?
Jamar Chase.
Oh, and we got a pick.
Kyle
Pitts is the pick. Maximus says Kyle Pitts is a positional difference maker and the best pass catcher in the class. Chase, I'll start with you. How do you feel about Kyle Pitts at 104? Is it what you would do, or is it at least within the realm of what you think is reasonable here?
So this is where I stand with Kyle Pitts. If I'm a rebuilding team and my team is pretty much like complete crap and I threw away all my assets, maybe I don't
most of your teams.
Get the fuck out, okay? My teams are stacked. No, but when it comes to taking a chance on a guy like Pitts, you have to either have nothing or you have to have ample backups. Like maybe you acquired this pick in a trade earlier in the season. I don't think this is going to be a pick that I would make if I needed another position, or maybe another position could put me over, or even if I needed a tight end, but other positions maybe didn't have the depth. So I think at this point in time, I don't think that Pitts is a bad pick. I just think it's a very risky pick that I don't know if I'd be willing to make unless I was in a complete rebuild mode, or if I had depth at other positions. I mean, Shane, if I didn't,
I just disagree
do
with.
The bounds of position define you, Shane?
No, I disagree with pretty much everything that Chase just said.
I, for one, am shocked by that.
Yeah, I don't care what I have. Kyle Pitts, look, I swing on upside. The upside for Kyle Pitts is Travis Kelce, but better. No, Travis Kelce, that's the upside, obviously, and that's a high-end comp. But if he falls slightly below that and ends up being Darren Waller or George Kittle, I could live with that. I could live with that. Or Jimmy Graham. I've heard the Jimmy Graham comps. Jimmy Graham was an absolute beast for several years until he started getting injured all the time and left the Saints. Honestly, this pick, it's either Pitts, Jamar Chase, or Najee Harris for me. So I'm fine with any way you go, because I think all three of those guys are obviously the head of their class at their position. And I can see Pitts because of the positional advantage, scarcity, generational, blah, 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 all of that, taking him here.
Well, Shane, I think you're a generational analyst.
And I thank you.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, Shane. I just think that, Jamar Chase and Najee Harris are safer options. And so if I'm right around the corner from it, but I'm not there yet, I'd rather take a guy who I feel like is guaranteed to do more than a tight end who doesn't hit as often. So it's a little bit more iffy for me at that point.
Yeah, the hit rate's definitely lower on a tight end. We've been burned by. We don't even have to go through them. Just every year, there's a guy that burns us, at least one. In some years, there's like the entire class: Evan Ingram, OJ Howard, David Njoku, like literally all of them. And then George Kittle hits. So I get that. But again, and I'm looking at upside. Is Najee Harris going to be the RB1? No. Jamar Chase, I could see him being the wide receiver one. So I could definitely see Chase. But yeah, I like the Pitts pick.
I'm on board with the Pitts pick. Maximus comping Kyle Pitts to Tony Gonzalez. I'm sure that if that comp hits, then certainly Pitts is the right pick. I wouldn't have gone with him this early, but I think it is totally defensible. So just to recap here, Trevor Lawrence 1-1, Justin Fields 1-2. We went 3 straight quarterbacks. Trey Lance 1-3. Then Kyle Pitts 1-4 in this communal mock draft here. So coming up to the 1.5. Greg was on the clock, and Greg just went Travis Etienne. That's my RB1 in this class. So that went 3 quarterbacks, Pitts, Etienne. What do you folks think of the Etienne pick? And then PJ, you're going to be up at the 1-6 once we're done breaking this down. Still got Jamar Chase, still got Najee Harris, still got Zach Wilson, all on the board for you. First off, Shane, I know that Najee is your RB1, but what do you think of the Etienne pick here at 1-5?
So Najee is my RB1, but I could easily move down if Etienne gets better draft capital than him, or honestly, I like the landing spot better. I hate using that word. And again, the draft capital is similar because that's more important than landing spot. I could see taking Etienne. I love Etienne too. So Etienne, however you want to pronounce his name. Miles Sanders is Greg's comp. But yeah, okay. Hopefully he gets more touches, more opportunities.
Because he's so efficient.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot. I'll take him.
No, Greg says Etienne here for me got burst, high-end speed, pass-catching chops, comps to Miles Sanders. And I agree with Shane. I think that is a very reasonable comp, especially athletically. I think play style-wise too. Chase, what do you think of Etienne? I know Najee's your RB1 too, but how far behind is Etienne from Najee Harris?
They're not that far behind. And, like Shane says, he loves landing spots. So essentially, I'm in the same boat where if Najee Harris all right, so what Shane said by the way, can Najee Harris actually be the RB1? I think that Najee Harris has possibility to be the RB1. I think it's likely, probably not, but I think he has possibility of doing that. I don't think it's the same thing for Etienne. Although Etienne isn't that far behind Najee Harris, I do believe there's just a slight teardrop. But when it comes to Najee Harris, if he ends up going to a team like the Steelers, which is where a lot of people are projecting to go to, I hate that without an offensive line. With the fact that they dump the ball off in short yardage situations to Juju and not to the running back. And that might have just been because they had James Conner, not because of the fact that, it was a feasible running back there. Mm-hmm. So I like Najee Harris slightly more, but I'm on board with Shane in saying that landing spots are really, important in my rankings. And I feel like if
Serenity now,
lands
Shane.
in a different landing spot than Harris, I would take Etienne over Harris, but it would be tough.
I'm going to take Etienne over Harris. I think no matter what. Not like no matter what. Like if Etienne went to the 4th round or something, goofball, but I don't think that's going to happen. Assuming they both go, either late 1st, early 2nd, which seems very probable at this point. I just feel safer with Etienne. I think it's weird. I think people have said that Etienne's sort of the upside guy and Harris is the safe guy. And I think it's the opposite. Like Etienne's been the one that's produced since 18. He's 22. He has all the measurables that we want to see. He has the production we want to see in the pass catching. Harris, to me, has the higher upside because the upside is he's Steven Jackson, right? Like the upside is a 6 feet, 230-pound pass catching weapon who can truck dudes and run routes out of the slot. The downside is we have no athletic testing. He's 23 years old, and he didn't start producing until he was 21. So to me, he's the shakier option with that higher ceiling. Shane, you make the show impossible to put on Anchor because half of the content is just me laughing at goofy things that I see you do, but without any words to them.
Edit it. Look,
you think Chase has free time in his hands to edit your ridiculous
Shut
antics?
up.
It goes up. You guys go onto the show. I hope you all know that.
Oh, I don't know. Go download and subscribe. Stop giving Najee Harris shit for producing late, man. It's Alabama. They had 470 running backs.
This narrative sucks. He was there at the same time, at the same age as Damian Harris and Josh Jacobs. Damian Harris, are you a thing? Probably not. Josh Jacobs looks pretty brutal to me. So, like Najee Harris, if you're better than Josh Jacobs and you're better than Damian Harris, you were the same age as those guys. Beat them out.
It's not how Bama does it, man.
No, that's
right.
That's exactly.
I'm sorry, Shane. I forgot that we have Nick Saban's best man at his wedding that has all of the sources on everything Crimson Tide on our show. So I apologize to you, Shane. I know.
I hate everything about Nick Saban. He's a douchebag. He's not a good coach. He's only good at coaching children because they have to take orders from him. But when he tried to coach men, they bitch slapped his ass out of the league. Anyway, so I believe we're up to the
1-0-1-6, and it is PJ Kennedy. And PJ, he took in all caps Jamar Chase.
Without
Jamar Chase all day, true alpha, and it doesn't matter what team he goes to. He's a baller.
Yeah.
What do you think of Jamar Chase here at 1-6? I'm all about this. He's my 1-3 in a superflex format, so I think him at 1-6 is an absolute steal. Really quickly, I just want to remind Jonah, if you're still with us, you have the 1-7, and after that, the 1-8, 1-9 is all available. So anyone that wants the 1-8, 1-9, 1-10, message in the chat, and Jonah, let us know if you're still with us. Otherwise, I'll flip it here to Shane first. What do you think of Jamar Chase at the 1-6?
You're fucking stealing. Like basically stealing. Like if Jamar Chase was on the board at 106, I'd be offering probably 3 fucking firsts to get in there. I'd be like, you can have this year's first, you want a 2022, and you can have a 2023. It's fine. Fuck it. 2023 is never going to happen anyway.
2023 is never going to happen.
Well, whatever.
Not for Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He'll be dead on Sunday.
106 is stealing, and yeah, like you said, I could see taking him at 103. It's going to be team dependent at that point. And do I need a quarterback? Because that's what I should do, right? I should go Trey Lance. It's easy to say that in a mock draft. It's going to be a lot harder to do that when I'm on the clock at 103 and Jamar Chase is sitting there like, hi, I'm better than Justin Jefferson. And you're like, oh my God, you are so much better than him. I have to draft you. He was.
This is the shit we come for. This is the shit that we get entertained for. I love it.
106, man, that's awesome. Yeah, because I could see him going anywhere from 102, to be quite frank.
Yeah, I've seen people say that they'd have him at the 1-2 in Superflex. Chase, I think pretty obvious that Jamar Chase at 1-6 is a good pick, but you've been prone to make bad picks. So what do you think of that one?
Wait, what?
He's no Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, he's no Tony. That's for sure.
Tony's the second round pick, just the record. Can he even run routes? Yes, Jamar Chase can run routes, and he is the 101. And thank you for saying that I'm a god, PJ. I really appreciate you. But talking about Jamar, it's something as to where I don't know where he's going to go. Like, I don't have a clue. Because at first I was sitting there. Well, we're talking about how important landing spots are to Shane. So,
oh, my God.
You know, we sit there.
Draft capital, you son of a bitch.
Oh, man. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at, like, if Atlanta could get rid of Julio Jones, that would have been absolutely insane, right? Going as the 4th overall pick, you know, right before the Bengals had an opportunity to take him. And then I could have laughed at Taylor, like, nonstop because of the fact that they didn't have a chance to take Chase. But no, I mean, I'm sitting there looking at it and I feel like the Lions might not go with him at the 107. And Carolina isn't going to take him at the 108. Definitely not going to get drafted to the 109. So where are we going to see him go if he does?
He's going at the 1-5. He's going at the 1-5.
So there's a couple of things.
I bet my life on it at the 1-5.
Couple things, Chase. Did you know that they are actually allowed to trade during the NFL draft? I don't know if you knew that.
No way. Really?
Yeah. Now I know, like, Dave Gettleman doesn't personally believe in it, but it's a real thing. You are allowed to trade back.
G-Men.
Yeah.
No, I see that. But, like, my worst nightmare could be him actually. What I was going to bring up was him going to the Giants. And that would be my worst nightmare ever is Daniel Jones throwing him the rock with, you know, Kenny Golladay on the field. I would hate that landing spot. You know, if he goes to the Eagles, that's a nightmare.
No, that's great.
What are you talking about? You're
Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball.
Who's he going to compete with? You think Jalen
Who's throwing him the ball?
Jalen Hurts.
Because he was so great last year. Because he was so good last year.
No, here's the great thing about Jalen Hurts. He throws deep repeatedly. So he's going to give Chase chances to win. And the beauty of it is, this is dynasty intervention. So actually, you know, we focus long term. And if Jalen Hurts is great, then awesome. Chase is a great young quarterback. If Jalen Hurts sucks, Eagles have 3 first-rounders. Insert Sam Howell, and there's your quarterback.
Spencer Rattler. I don't know. Chase.
This is the Debbie intervention now.
Let me teach you something, youngin. Situations change.
I'm
quickly.
the youngin now.
They change quickly and they change frequently. Talent does not change. Jamar Chase is a top 12 wide receiver right now. I don't care what roster he's on. He's on the Giants. Guess what? Kenny Golladay just became the wide receiver too. He's on the Eagles. Oh my
God, that is a rookie. And I like Jamar Chase. I'm a huge fan of Jamar Chase. I think he's better than Justin Jefferson.
Chase, what's the name of the show?
Like that's the shady subject.
It's supposed to be Top Shelf Tuesdays.
Nope. It's Dynasty Intervention. It ain't redraft
when did we start calling it Dynasty Intervention?
I don't know.
I'm just Dynasty Intervention.
Doesn't matter. Someone gave it a name, and I'm running.
Either way, talk to DJ Moore about a hyper athletic, like athlete who was phenomenal in college and has not gotten the right quarterback yet.
And you had 1,100 yards.
What are you talking about?
And 4 touchdowns or something.
I don't care how many.
He was wide receiver 25 this past year.
So he's been wide receiver 15 and wide receiver 25.
I think this is his pass, or he's now 3 years in. This is gonna be his 4th year.
Okay, so he's been a top 24 wide receiver his entire career, right?
Yeah, but you're talking about taking him over a guy like Jalen Waddle. You're talking about taking him over Devonta Smith possibly, or the biggest one that everybody's missed on, Najee Harris.
Let's move
Najee Harris, I would take here in a heartbeat.
Just making me
all right, so 107. I haven't seen anything from Joel. So, or Jonah. Sorry, haven't seen anything from Jonah. Jonah, if you are with us, please make the 107. Otherwise, we will make this 107 communally. I see a request for 19, 110 in the chat. 17. Personally, I would go Zach Wilson, but I think you guys are going to overrule me and take Najee Harris. Is that the consensus here? Najee Harris at the 17?
Yeah, I don't. Damn it. I mean, you should take the quarterback, right? That's the value here. But no,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it is the value.
Here's my problem with Zach Wilson. I don't believe in him at all. Like I
don't either.
Yeah, I literally comp him to Mitchell Trubisky, Drew Lock. Like that's the type of quarterback I believe he's going to be. I don't believe he's that good. I believe he tore it up against high school defenses last year. And it's amazing when he played real defenses. Like he wasn't even guaranteed to be the starter to keep his job. He played so poorly. So yeah, I'm going Najee Harris. I don't believe in Zach Wilson. I don't believe in you. If you're listening, I don't believe in you.
Chase, are you also on board with Najee here at the 17?
Yeah, I think you have to go Najee. I think that maybe I would be on board more with Zach Wilson if he went to the 49ers, but not to the Jets. There's no way.
Yeah, I'll make it's not even a case for Zach Wilson. It's a case for quarterbacks in superflex.
Mm-hmm.
Like I agree with everything that Shane said, and I think that Zach Wilson, yeah, he was a one-year wonder playing in group of 5 conference. So that's pretty not great in terms of a quarterback who's going to be selected in the top 2 picks overall. I definitely am trepidatious about him. My thing with quarterbacks and superflex is just the value is so stable. Like, unless you go full on Josh Rosen, your value in dynasty leagues as a superflex young quarterback remains very, very stable as long as you show anything. I mean, Sam Darnold's been pretty terrible. Daniel Jones has been pretty terrible. Drew Lock was pretty terrible his rookie year. And all of those guys still stayed very valuable in superflex leagues as assets. Right, Tua came in. He wasn't very good last year. He's very valuable right now.
He was good. Shut your mouth.
Right, and then you have people like Shane who believe that earnestly. Right, so what I'm just saying is, like, Zach Wilson, he doesn't even need to be good in his first year to retain his value. So if you draft Zach Wilson, it's like you get a free look because everyone gives rookie quarterbacks a free pass. And so if he sucks, everyone's like, well, he should suck. He's just a rookie. Give him more time, and then you still have a valuable asset. And if he's great, then you're totally winning the lottery. Like, I didn't believe in Justin Herbert last year, but I still drafted a lot of Justin Herbert because it got to a point where it was a value. Then I have a free look at this guy on my team. Turns out he's the truth. And, now I've just skyrocketed in value. So that's why I'm into Wilson. But Shane, the classmate in the front row, what would you like to say on this matter?
So I've heard this narrative a bunch of times that Daniel Jones is still valuable in dynasty football, right? Because he's a young quarterback, blah, 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 blah. So just for funsies, because I don't have to pay for it because I write for him, I brought up the DLF Trade Finder. For the most part, no, he's not getting you much. Second rounders, right? The hit rate's what? 15%. Savon Ahmed and Darnell Mooney.
That's not very good.
Yeah, I mean, like I do see one outlier where, for reasons not completely understandable, someone got Miles Sanders for Daniel Jones and Chase Edmonds. Good for you.
Well, maybe they thought that like James Conner was going to lock up that running back room, and Arizona wasn't going to draft another running back. That's the only way it would make sense to me. But can you look up Tua's real quick? Can you see what Tua's getting right now? Yeah, I'm just curious. I like Tua.
Then we have to find out Shane's dumb Stephon Diggs trade.
That's really not part of this show. We're doing a draft. What are we up to?
Yeah, we're up through 1-7, and then 1-8 nobody's claimed, so we'll take care of 1-8, and then we have Caddy 4 for the 1-9, and then Greg's back on the clock for the 1-10. So Shane, how about this? While Shane looks that up, does anyone want to talk me out of Zach Wilson for the 1-8? Like, I feel like we kind of have to at a certain point here.
See, we already took all the players.
The other option is what? Javonte Williams, Rashad Bateman, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle? Mac Jones?
Nah, I mean, look, if you don't believe in Zach Wilson and you're on the clock, this is a good spot to trade back.
Yeah, that's where I would trade back to and acquire more picks, especially for 2023.
But here, yeah, look, all the guys that we feel are slam dunks. And of course, obviously, they won't all be. Some of them are going to bust, and some people that draft later are going to hit. But the people that we believe are going to be slam dunks are off the board. So in Superflex, I'd be hard pressed not to go Zach Locke here. Or, I'm sorry, Mitchell Wilson. I mean,
all right.
Yeah. You know what? Though, only if Mac Jones is drafted by San Francisco, I could go.
Wait, Shane, are you saying that situation is the most important thing?
No,
as he football now.
I'm saying I dislike both these quarterbacks equally. I'm not convicted enough on either of them.
That's how I feel about my co-hosts.
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You just called him generational analyst a second ago.
Well, he meant like old. He was just calling me old.
That's a geriatric. That's a geriatric, Jacob.
So
sorry, that's the same word in Canada. I don't know.
No, we're not gonna talk you out of Zach Wilson.
Well, we just had a few more people hop into the chat too. So if you guys, want to make a pick at 1-8, we're deciding between Zach Wilson, right? We're deciding between Mac Jones, maybe Devonta Smith, maybe Javonte Williams, maybe.
I mean, here's the thing. So all these players are kind of valued similarly, whatever the word is, to me, outside of the quarterbacks, again, because of superflex. Like, I like Rondell Moore. I like Rondell Moore a lot. And as the draft keeps approaching, I'm liking him more and more and more, like my wide receiver 2.
That's the opposite of me. He was once my wide receiver 2, and he slid down to 4.
Yeah, I'm falling in love with him as closer as the draft comes. Or not Moore. I'm sorry, Bateman. I do this all the time.
Bateman is my 2, but he's always my 2.
Sorry, Bateman. I'm always getting their names mixed up for no obvious reason. But Bateman.
Chef in the chat says if it's Superflex or if it's San Francisco, we're unsure which of those. If it's Superflex San Francisco, go quarterback or trade back. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but we can't trade back. We're on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, for whoever's watching or happens to be listening to this on Anchor, apparently, trade
we're
back.
On Spreaker now.
Yeah, we're on Spreaker. I don't know if that's a thing. That's not a real thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
We need to get on some real
Apple is now sponsored by
like
Spreaker.
iTunes. Can we get on?
Well,
iTunes?
We're on Apple iTunes. We're on Google Play.
What?
All that stuff.
Well, we got to.
We're moving along here. Real quick.
Yeah, go check us out. Dynasty Intervention.
1-9.
Wait. So who do we take? Wilson or Mac Jones?
We took.
I vote Wilson. Shane.
Yeah. At least he's got arm strength, right?
Shane, Chase? Are you gonna unilaterally veto Wilson, or are you okay with that?
No. You guys can go with Wilson. I would take Mac Jones just because the system that Kyle Shanahan runs allows for people to not have an arm in order to throw the ball. We saw that with Nick Mullins. So you can pretty much be a left-handed quarterback while you're actually right-handed and still have value, somewhat, a little bit of value. I just don't know how much value Zach Wilson's going to have here in 2 years.
That's fair. All right, so Caddy 4, you are on the clock with the 1-9, and I'll just quickly run down who's gone.
Yes.
So 1-1, Trevor Lawrence. 1-2, Justin Fields. 1-3, Trey Lance. 1-4 was Kyle Pitts. 1-5, Travis Etienne. 1-6, Jamar Chase. 1-7, Najee Harris. 1-8, Zach Wilson. Caddy 4 / FF the Beard, who I think was the one chiming in about that one. You are on the clock with the 1-9 and perfect timing. Caddy 4 would like Javonte Williams, Jay Wills at 109 because running backs matter, and she already has a boyfriend with a dad bod. I can confirm that is true on all counts. I can certainly confirm that running backs matter, RTDB. And I can confirm that Austin is a lovely boyfriend with a dad bod. I actually set these two up. For anyone that doesn't know, Caddy 4 is one of my best friends, Sid. FF the Beard, one of my best friends, Austin. And I actually set these two up together a few years ago. They now have a house together. They both play fantasy football, and that's what I consider to be true love. Shane, what are your thoughts on true love and Javonte Williams?
True love is a concept that people have made up to make themselves feel better. And
I thought we were in love, Shane. What the
make
hell?
them to convince themselves that the person that they're with is their soulmate. Anyway.
And is that what people are doing with Javonte Williams as well? Are they convincing themselves he's an RB1?
He's Nick Chubb, right? That's what I've been
I
told.
think it's Mary Barber. That was the best one I saw.
I was told he's Nick Chubb and or Kareem Hunt, which is weird.
They're really not all that different.
I don't know what to think of Javonte Williams. I'm not going to lie to you. He was outproduced by Michael Carter every year they shared a field together, which is a little disconcerting. He's bigger, right? He's bigger than Carter at least.
212.
Look, he's going to have at least day 2 draft capital, right? If you need a running back, this is a little high for me. I got to be honest with you. I take Rashad Bateman over him. At this point, I'd probably trade back again. I'm just not convicted on Javonte. The next Wayne Gallman, someone called him.
Yeah, that means something different to me than it means to everyone else. I'm the sole member, I think, of the Wayne Gallman fan club. I think that he's a legitimately fantastic NFL running back. I love Wayne Gallman irrationally, so that seems like a great cop to me. But for others, probably less so.
No, this is going to make me sad, though. I loved Wayne Gallman. He had a very good rookie season. And it was just his misfortune to be on the team that decided to draft a running back.
Trey Mason.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
Trey Mason himself.
No, but it's true, right? Wayne Gallman and Trey Mason, they're like the same dude. They came in, they had a good rookie season, and then all of a sudden Gurley, Barkley, boom, see you never.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Wayne Gallman, RB1 for the 49ers. Oh, man, would that ever get me excited?
Hey, real quick. We're on pick 9, right? We have somebody that's going to make pick 10. Do we have anybody
Yes.
for pick 11, 12 in the next round?
We don't have anyone beyond 10, and we're at 45 minutes, so this is probably going to be a one round, and then we'll maybe rapid fire through the second round. Greg, if you're in the chat right now, 110 is available to you, and we'll give him some time to pick here. So, Chase, what do you think of Javonte Williams? And now I got someone in for 12. What do you think of Javonte Williams at the 1-9? Would that be your pick here at the 1-9? It would be mine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, most likely. I'd like to get my running backs in, but Devonta Smith is very appetizing at this point.
Really?
If you're drafting,
Does Devontae Smith find anything appetizing? If he did, he might not be 166 pounds.
no, I mean that's that was good. That was good. I also like Jalen Waddle if he lands with the Lions. But like for me personally, like if you have a roster right now that's drafted at 110.
Shane is outraged.
If you have a roster that's drafted at 110, you can take the luxury of taking a shot at somebody who might be a little bit riskier. So I like Jalen Waddle if he lands with the Lions. I know Shane agrees with me there. And then Devonta Smith, maybe if he lands with maybe the Eagles, just in case Jalen Hurts is good.
Wait, but so let me get this just so I'm clear. If Jamar Chase lands with the Eagles, it's bad. But if Devontae Smith lands with the Eagles, it's good.
No, I said this is the whole difference between drafted at 105 or 106 and drafted at 110 when you most likely already have your roster set up versus needing a player that's going to give you fantasy value. And I don't know if Jamar Chase is going to give you fantasy value. I don't know if Devonta Smith is going to give you fantasy value, if he goes to the Eagles. But at least you can take a shot because you were a third place team the previous year.
James FF Chef said that you just goffed Waddle's value. I'm actually curious. I think the Lions is a fantastic spot for a rookie wide receiver. I don't think Jared Goff's very good, but he's competent, and they have nobody else to throw to. I don't see what's wrong with that, especially for a wide receiver who could command volume. Some people are freaking out about a Jamar Chase possibly going to the Lions. Sign me up. He's going to get 150 targets. What do you guys think of the Lions as a spot? Oh, by the way, Greg, we'll move it because Greg just came in. He said, yes, 4 exclamation marks. McCorkle Jones, 2 exclamation marks. Kid can sling it. If Waddle stays healthy, Mac Jones wins the Heisman. Love it. So Greg has taken McCorkle Jones at the 110. Well, I mean, we've talked about quarterback value at Superflex. Mac Jones is indeed a quarterback. Any major comments on McCorkle here at the 110? I think that's a pretty safe, solid pick in the Superflex format.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Chase, do you have anything more
great value.
beautiful to say than fine?
No, it's a great value. I mean, you can't let him get out of the first round if he's drafted as the 3rd overall pick.
No.
Yeah, I totally agree. And let's say it this way. So let's say that San Francisco goes Trey Lance. They do not take Mac Jones, and Mac Jones falls. And let's put him on the Patriots. Where do you think is an appropriate spot in a Superflex draft for Mac Jones, the Patriot, at 15th overall versus Mac Jones, the 49er, at 3rd overall? Shane, I know, thinks that situation matters a ton in fantasy football, so I imagine this would really change things for you.
So here's the thing, I'm already not drafting him above right here anyway, right?
Yeah.
So if he lands at the Pats, but it's the same thing. I'd go, well, it's Superflex. I'm forced to, by law. If I'm on the board at 111 and there's a quarterback that was drafted in the first round, I have to draft him. It's a law. I don't even have a choice. So I'd have to draft him. Now, what I do here, you know what I would do?
You trade back.
I try to trade back to someone who needs the quarterback. Yeah.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
So for me, all right, so with normal positions like running backs and everything, this past year was an anomaly, but in most years, I feel like running backs tend to lose a little bit of value to the second year, especially in the third year, et cetera. I feel like quarterbacks in Superflex leagues, they only gain value from year to year as long as they produce at a decent level, especially if it's a quarterback that's going to sit for 1 year, like Lamar Jackson that we saw. So for me, I think I'd take the quarterback here and see if I can actually trade him for more value than I actually would try and trade the pick. But it's just at this point. If it was earlier, like the 105, 106, where we talked about taking him earlier, I think that's a whole different animal. But at the place that you're getting him now, you have to imagine that he's going to, bring you more return than a 111 in 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe?
I would
possibly.
Yeah, I would think so in a trade, especially if I think so.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
All right, 111 is next, and we don't have anyone for the 111. We have someone for the 112. James FF Chef, if you're in the chat, do you want the 111, buddy?
Yeah, Chef, take the 111. Who would you take at this point? We pretty much have all the receivers on the board outside of Jamar Chase, which is kind of crazy, but it makes sense. I mean, you almost put him into a giant pile and saying, reach your hand in and see what you grab.
Yeah, and
I would take Rashad Bateman. He's my clear cut too.
Yep. Yeah, I like Bateman. Definitely Bateman.
Chase, is it Bateman at 2 for you, or you're more of a Smith Waddle guy?
Yeah. Bateman's 4, and then Terrence Marshall, Kadarius Toney's 5. Depends on Landon's spot.
Terrace.
Did I say Terrence? Sorry, Terrace.
Terrence.
Sorry, Terrace. I corrected like 10 people.
FF Chef takes Bateman. James is on the smart team with me and Shane. He's taking Rashad Bateman, 111. That's what I would do as well.
No, Bateman's off the board now.
Yeah, but we gave him the 111.
So
he is taking Bateman.
You took Bateman, so he's now off the board because you drafted him, FF Chef. Good job. So what are we, 112?
112 Devontae Smith. So let's talk about these together. Because,
okay, well let's
because Bateman went 111 and then Maximus took Devontae Smith 112. So that's our first round. Let's just break down here between these two, because I think Bateman versus Smith is certainly a decision that a lot of people will have to make at the turn in superflex drafts. I'm pro Bateman. Shane, I think you're the same way. What gives you Bateman over Smith? And let's say Smith, we know Smith is going to go in the first round. So let's say Bateman ends up falling to the early second. Would that change your mind, and would that push you towards Smith over Bateman, or is it Bateman no matter what?
Unless Bateman falls to the third round.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, look, Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver off the board last year. How'd that work out? He was arguably the worst rookie wide receiver out of that class. Him and Rager battling for last place in that.
What a battle.
Yeah, what a battle. So Smith, he's so polarizing, because you look at it and you look at what he did last year and you're like, that's just unprecedented. And then you also look at the rest of his profile. You're like, well, he was 27 before he broke out. He weighs 113 pounds.
27. What is he, Brandon Whedon?
What was he? But again, you can't discount what he did last year. He looked so good. But I'm taking Bateman over him. If you want to, I can see why you would take Devontae here. It's just I can't do it. I would take Bateman. Bateman looks like a prototypical alpha receiver to me. And maybe I'm just a guy that falls for prototypical alpha receivers. I
fall for prototypical alphas in every aspect of my life. Yeah. And Chase, you're a prototypical alpha. You like Devontae Smith here. What gives Smith the edge for you?
So Smith is just, purely or infinitely more talented, but he's obviously a huge risk. So, it's somebody that if I have the depth, I'm taking him as a risk. But Bateman, the biggest thing is I don't like people that shrink. And he was 6'3" in high school. He was 6'2" in college. And he's 6 foot in the NFL. I just don't like people that shrink. And I don't understand, you're going to end up with an Oompa Loompa by year 5.
Case, so
he's going to be shorter than Rondell Moore by year 5.
Case, you do realize every college lies about the size of their players, every one of them.
Yeah, but how do you go from 6'3" to 6 foot? You have that. There's something. It's Benjamin Button type things going on over there, and we don't know. There is no medical size.
It's 6 foot male has a job. Well, you know what? That guy's a fantasy football podcaster who's 5'9", and he's probably rocking 4 inches down south. That's what you do on your Bumble profile. That's what you do at the University of Minnesota.
No, I already talked about it. He gave me the best Tinder dating tip ever. Ian and I talked about it on the show. You say that you're 3 inches taller, but the reality is we didn't have the combine. And so we didn't get the medical reports, and we don't know if he actually is shrinking or not. It could be a very real possibility.
What the fuck? So you think this is a legitimate thing? So you think he has a shrinking disorder? Okay. Scoliosis? Like maybe he
I'm
has
just saying
scoliosis?
it's a thing. As some people get older, they shrink. Okay, and this could
Oh,
be
so you
one of
think
those.
he's actually older? So he's not only shrinking, but he's actually lying about his age too.
I'm
He's
just
Miguel
saying,
75
as
years
you
old.
get older,
75.
some people tend to shrink. All right,
Look,
so you go
I-
from 6'3" down to 6 foot. I mean, it should be a concern. I don't think enough people are weighing the concern.
201 rapid fire. We got 7 minutes. I can't even
All right,
argue this.
let's just do this rapid fire. So we're just gonna go, just the three of us here through the second round with very, very limited discussion and very limited conspiracy theories. Chase, I'll give you the clock at the 2:01.
Dude, this draft is so full of red flags. It's crazy. All right, Devonta Smith got picked at 212, right? So
Well, yeah, so it's to you, and we'll just go rapid fire through this round, like 30 seconds per pick.
all right, can I say that if Jalen Waddle does not end up on the lines, I don't. No, I'm just kidding. I want Jalen Waddle. I just wanted to see Shane freak out down here. Actually, yeah, I'll take Jalen Waddle.
All right, Jalen Waddle off the board. So quick recap: we had Lawrence, Fields, Lance. Then we had Pitts, ETN, Chase, Najee Harris, Zach Wilson, then Javonte Williams, Mac Jones, Rashad Bateman, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Shane, this is like one of those games. You go around the circle, you repeat, all the people's names before it gets to you, and then you add them. No, okay, who are you going to take it to 2-2?
Oh, that confused me. There's so many words. I don't even remember anyone you just named. So I'm going to draft someone that's probably already been drafted. No, I'll go Terrace Marshall here.
Good pick.
That's it. He's got the size. He's got the breakout age. I like him. I like him a lot. Hopefully his
take my guy, Jacob.
hopefully his feet issues aren't severe.
I don't think I'll take your guy, Chase. Maybe. I don't know, but I don't think so. I love Terrace Marshall. I would have loved if he fell one more spot. But after that, there's only one wide receiver left in my second tier, and it's a man that plays a lot larger than he is. If he shrinks, I'm seriously concerned because there's nowhere to go. I'm taking Rondale Moore here, the 5'7" wonderkind from Purdue. I just think that he has the possibility of having a much higher ceiling than his frame would indicate, just based off of his athleticism and his unique skill set. Chase, we go to you for the 204.
Kenny Gainwell.
Short.
Kenny Gainwell, the superstar that's probably going to be one of the best running backs out of this class. He pushed Antonio Gibson out of a running back position. He, as a freshman, still contributed while sitting behind Tony Pollard, Darrell Henderson. This dude's going to be a stud in the NFL. I don't think people are ready for it. I would draft him earlier, but he's falling, so I'm not going to overdraft essentially, but I would take him much earlier than this. All
right. I like Gainwell. Shane, to you for the 205.
Yeah, I'll go with my dude, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Son God.
Early breakout age, consistent production in college. Unfortunately, we were hoping for a spike this year. It didn't happen, but he still broke out early. He can play inside, outside. I like him. I like him here.
I'm going to go for what I think is the highest upside wide receiver remaining. Dude that can win on the outside, plays on the outside, got that high-end speed. I'll take Dyami Brown here at the 206 out of North Carolina. I think, this is pretty much right where I have him. He's in that same tier as Amon-Ra St. Brown and a couple other guys who I won't name because I hope that you don't take him. Chase, to you with 207.
Well, I'm obviously going Kadarius Toney here, but I'm kind of shocked that you went Dyami Brown over Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I think that they're similar, and I have no problem with Moore going ahead of him. I think that the only edge for Moore to me is that he produced more in junior year. But Dyami Brown was on an offense with a lot more going on around him, a lot more NFL talent around him. And to me, at 6'1", he just has a much higher ceiling as a potential outside receiver than Elijah Moore, who I think is a slot receiver. So I'm going to go Dyami Brown over Moore, but I'm fine with Moore.
All right,
Shane, it's to you at 208. Are you going to take Elijah Moore here? If you don't, I'll be very happy.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to take Seth Williams. He's my crush. He's big. He's got speed. I know he's the old school wide receiver, but at 4'5", I'm fine with that. He can separate, and he's a bully when he wants to play.
Andrew. I agree. I like Seth Williams a lot. He's got sky-high upside. Shout out to Andrew in the chat. Says Dyami Brown would look good in Lions blue. I know that Shane thinks everyone would be a wide receiver one if they went to the Lions. I'll take Elijah Moore. This requires no thought whatsoever for me. I got one of the top producing wide receivers this class, falling all the way to 2.9. Easy smash for me, and that passes it back to Chase for the 2.10.
I'm going to take a little bit of a shocker just because this is my last pick. And I'm going to go with Kellen Mond, who I think could end up on the Bears. He could end up on the Steelers. He could end up on Washington. And obviously, we're doing this pre-draft just to kind of give our last little bit of rankings. But Kellen Mond has the rushing upside. He has the knowledge to be able to run an offense. He is limited, but at the same time, he almost reminds me a little bit of Dak Prescott with, I don't know, just a little bit more mobility. I don't know if he has, the same, I guess, what's the composure that Dak Prescott has. I don't see that, but at the same time, I also don't scout quarterbacks. I can watch the film, but I don't scout them because it's pretty much impossible to scout a quarterback and be accurate about it. So I know things I don't like, but when it comes to looking for the minor things, it's very tough to tell. I think that Kellen Mond has all the tools to make him a legit option in fantasy, and I think he's probably going to go second round. If not, somebody might trade up to the 32 overall pick just so they can get him for an extra year if that's the case. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to take Kellen Mond, who has that rushing upside.
I think that's totally fine pick, especially if you're not in love with any of the skill position players at this area of the board. Just take a quarterback where, if Kellen Mond gets the draft capital and if he gets a chance to start, we know he'll be productive for fantasy because he's very mobile. So I think it's a similar idea as, a Jalen Hurts to Jordan Love last year in the draft, where at least there's that upside. Shane, finish off our second round here at the 2.12, and then I'll just get us each to give one little honorable mention target for the late rounds.
Oh, I would have named him as my honorable mention. Damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I don't particularly like this running back all that much, but I'll risk it on Trey Sermon here.
Yeah, good pick.
In those 3 games for Ohio State last year, he looked really good. Maybe not so much the rest of his career, although he looked all right. At Oklahoma, I guess, or wherever the hell he came from. Yeah, I'll take Trey Sermon, but he won't last this either because he's going to get pushed up the board. So
I think so.
My honorable mention would be who would actually be on the board probably here would be Pat Freiermuth.
That's a good pick.
That's fair. My honorable mention, I guess, is really boring because I think he should have been drafted like 6 picks ago, but I can't believe Tylan Wallace made it to the 3rd round. He's actually my 6th rated wide receiver. He just sucked a ton at the combine, and I think that's going to crush his draft capital. He's probably going to go round 3, maybe even to round 4. If I was ranking purely based on my own analysis, he's my wide receiver 6 in the class. I have him graded as a mid to early round 2 pick. However, I think guys like De'Ami Brown, guys like Elijah Moore have usurped him in draft capital, and Kadarius Toney also exists. And so I think that, Tylan Wallace is probably a guy who's going to go a little bit unheralded. That being said, as long as he gets drafted in the 3rd round of the NFL draft, I will be all over him as a late 2, early 3 type guy in superflex leagues, because I think in general, athleticism matters more at the other positions, less so at wide receiver than production, and he produced a ton. Chase, who's your honorable mention? Last guy we'll mention tonight.
Probably the best rookie running back that you can select in best ball, just because of the fact that he's going so late. He's almost going non-drafted, but Chuba Hubbard, who, he didn't show it at his pro day, and that does not register with me, like how a Olympic training track athlete could run as slowly as he did after being known for his breakaway speed throughout his entire career, and the fact that he didn't have wiggle, he just had breakaway speed.
It's Canada. It doesn't count.
It's still mind-blowing regardless. And I honestly believe that Chuba Hubbard is somebody that if he lands with, let's just hypothetically say the Dolphins or somebody like that, he could actually have a role and pay off for certain leagues, or if he lands behind a running back that gets hurt. So I think at this point, towards the end of the 2nd round, early 3rd round, you're not having too many great options out there. You might as well take a running back who produced throughout his entire college career and has been known for having, breakaway speed. So I know that he didn't show it, but I'll take him.
All right. That was really fun. Quick recap on round 2. We had Waddle. Then we had
Are you really gonna do
Terrace
this?
Marshall. Then, I am. We had Waddle, 2-1. Terrace Marshall, 2-2. Rondale Moore, 2-3. Kenny Gainwell, 2-4. Then we had at 2-5. Shane took someone.
Amon-Ra
St. Brown.
Williams?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Then 2-6, Diami Brown. 2-7, Kadarius Toney. 2-8, Seth Williams. 2-9, Elijah Moore. 2-10, Kellen Mond. 2-11 was Trey Sermon. I missed someone in there. 2-12 was Trey Sermon. Whatever. Right. That was our second round. And this was really fun. It was fun engaging with you guys in the chat.
You missed Kellen Mond.
Okay, I missed Kellen Mond. My bad. So it was really fun engaging with you all in the chat tonight. Been fun for this whole pre-draft portion of the offseason. This show will continue, of course, post-draft. We're going to be bringing you more Dynasty takes every Tuesday night with Shane, Chase. We're going to get a bunch of guests coming in. We're going to make sure that it's still fun for all of you folks in the chat. I'm glad to be back with Chase, with Shane, and be cautious of shrinking people. Chase, any other last words for you tonight before the draft? What do you got going on?
That was it. I put it in the comments, man. Be cautious of shrinking people. No, but you guys can check out all my content over there on Fantasy Intervention, fantasyintervention.com. Join our circle _ on Twitter, ff_intervention on Twitter as well. Go check us out on Facebook, Fantasy Football Discussion. We're out there crushing everything and talking all sorts of weird stuff that Facebook normally talks about. Yeah, it's been fun. But no, it's been an adventure preparing for this draft season, and I am so glad it's coming to an end because I cannot wait to talk about landing spots, which I'm going to pass off to Shane since it's his favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah, Shane, you're the landing spot expert. Where can we find you? What are your final words before this draft, specifically about landing spots?
I hope the Detroit Lions trade up and draft 4 wide receivers. Find me at Shane is the worst. I tweet out all my stuff there. You know, I do things, including this show, which finally has a name, the Dynasty Intervention Show.
God damn it.
I love it.
Okay, for the record, look, on this show, we've talked 99.9% about Dynasty. In our regular show, it's the Fantasy Intervention. We talk about a wide swath of required interventions. This is the Dynasty show, so it's the Dynasty Intervention. It's called brand centrality, you know? You got to make that work. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter, ff_RTDB. I will be live all Thursday during the draft on the Full Tilt Dynasty podcast. Chase, you're coming on for a little bit, right, on Thursday?
Yeah. I have 5 shows that night, so I think I'm on with you guys from 11:45 till like 8:45 till 8:55.
Yeah, I was like 11:45. I think I'll be asleep. So
yeah, I have like 5 shows at night.
Something like that. Chase is going to be a busy man on draft night. We're all going to be busy on draft night. It's going to be a very, very fun ride. So catch me on the Full Tilt Show on Thursday. Catch me on Twitter, ff_RTDB. Catch me writing and doing some video stuff. Join our circle. That'll be getting going. And catch me writing at Player Profiler as well. And catch me here every Tuesday night on the Dynasty Intervention with Chase Vernon and Shane Manila. And you lovely people in the chat. Have a fantastic night. And just remember, that landing spot is so incredibly important to Shane and landing strip.